Turning to the day's other news. Police are investigating possible links between the attempted murder of an army officer this morning and two other dissident Republican attacks using booby-trapped car bombs. An army major had a lucky escape when a bomb fell off his car as he backed out of his driveway in Bangor. Our Home Affairs correspondent Vincent Kearney reports.
Police and army bomb disposal experts were called to a house at Chatsworth, a private development in Bangor, just after 8 this morning. The army major had been taking his car out of the driveway when he heard something fall off the underside of the vehicle. He saw a bomb lying in the road and called the police. Local residents were evacuated, and as the house is in a cul-de-sac, many had to walk past the bomb.
Police knocked the door quite aggressively, told us all had to leave, bomb scares, walking down the street, and there was a black box inside someone's driveway, so there was.
A controlled explosion was carried out, and it was confirmed as a viable booby trap.
There could have been multiple deaths and injuries in this sort of quiet residential area. We're fortunate that what was a viable device didn't go off, but it's something I think that everyone with any degree of sense will be condemning today. It's clear the community's got to unite, because I think words of condemnation are all very well, but there are clearly people who knew the people who actually planted this bomb. And I think a clear message has got to come across from all of us that we're not going back to those days, which means that those people who have information need to come forward.
Well, clearly, when somebody places any device of this nature in that sort of situation, it's only designed for one purpose, and that's to kill or seriously injure. And on that note, I think we're very fortunate at this stage not to be looking at a fatality or somebody facing very serious injuries.
It's understood that the army officer was based in Lisburn, so it's possible that he may have been targeted after his car was followed back to his home in Bangor, an area traditionally considered a safe place to live for the military and police officers. This is the second dissident Republican attack in as many days, coming just after a 200-pound bomb exploded outside Strand Road Police Station in Derry. Police don't believe the same group was involved and don't believe the attacks were coordinated. But it's understood that they're investigating possible links between this morning's attack and two other under-car booby-trap devices. A bomb that seriously injured Catholic police officer Pater Heffron in January this year may have been planted by a dissident Republican group based in North and West Belfast. The same group may also have been responsible for planting a device that exploded as a partner of a police officer reversed her car out of their home close to police headquarters last October. The police will try to establish whether the same person made all three devices and if they were planted by the same group.
There have now been 30 attacks or attempted attacks by dissident Republicans so far this year. The police have arrested almost 150 people during that time, and 38 of them have been charged with a range of terrorist offences. But the threat they pose clearly hasn't diminished. Vincent Kearney, BBC Newsline.
Well, Londonderry is far from back to normal after the car bomb attack at Strand Road Police Station early yesterday morning. The police said the disruption for residents and motorists could continue for another 2 days, while forensic examinations and a structural assessment are carried out. Here's our Northwest reporter Kieran Turge.
The scene of the explosion was today being carefully assessed by a large team of forensic officers. The impact of the blast all too evident. They brought in specialised equipment as part of that process. Each and every building along the Strand Road was being looked at to recover any material relevant to the inquiry. The taxi used to transport the 200-pound bomb reduced to tangled metal. Some residents who had been out of their homes for 24 hours were now allowed to return, still shaken by what had happened on their street.
Well, I was awakened by the actual explosion itself at about 3:30 in the morning. And the pictures and all came off the walls and the whole house shook. It was something like a bad dream. Looked out the window and there was a car or van or some kind of vehicle was burning in the middle of the road, so I knew that it had been a bomb of some description. You know, if it had been anything bigger, you know, the glass could have been in around me, and like my bed's right beside the window, you know.
The bomb has had a knock-on effect on many. 2 medical centres have closed. They have 16,000 registered patients. Around a dozen doctors have had to make alternative arrangements to cope as best they can.
All our surgeries are off. We're operating basically an emergency service only, as if it was, say, a night or a weekend, with no access to repeat prescriptions, no access to test results, no access to any of the usual things that we'd be doing most days.
At this stage, the police say this area may be cordoned off for up to 2 days. That's because a detailed forensic operation is still ongoing. After that's completed, the damaged buildings will have to be structurally assessed and repaired. The police say they'll try and get the area reopened as soon as all necessary work is carried out. Kieran Turish, BBC Newsline, Derry.